Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US Indices report. However, today I want to start off with just two stocks. This particular stock here and Yahoo is another one. And I just want to point out two typical, one main sort of typical correction that we're seeing in stocks in the US, and how this relates to the SP 500 and the Dow Jones and Nasdaq, of course. And it's a very simple corrective pattern you can see here across the major trading level 80, and it's likely to be finished. So the A wave here is quite simple and sharp, and wave B is in 3 waves, and wave C here is in 5 waves, with wave 1, wave 2. And inside of wave 3 here, we can also see the 5 waves in the extended wave 3, as it should be. And wave 4 pulling back to wave 4, 1 lesser degree. The wave 5 coming down through here is not resolved in a beautiful 5-wave pattern, so we need to be a little bit careful, but we do have this sort of bullish engulfing sort of pattern here, if you will. However, essentially the volume is the closing price is traded sort of higher. So this is quite close to the Dow Jones transports pattern that we've also been looking at as well. So it's quite common across different sectors, and what we've been looking for is the S&P has been quite different in its pattern, and the Dow Jones to a certain extent, and but we've been sort of hopeful in a move pushing up from these lows here. So we'll keep an eye on some of these stocks, but this is sort of where I'm getting an overall sort of idea of of the markets, of the US markets pushing up, and this also relates to the European markets as well. So let's look at the Yahoo stock price. So we're looking at this in very much the same light, in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure down here for the A wave, the B wave, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for wave C of 4 here. This one could actually be counted a bit more bearish, and could also come to this point here and fail from here and have another low in here. That's if we put the wave A over here. But I think that we've got it right here, so I'm not too concerned about the actual count here. There'll be a reaction from here, of course, but so these are the sorts of things that I'm looking at, and then working the the counts for the S&P and the Dow Jones. So let's have a look at those. So with the S&P 500, I've changed the counts slightly here, but whichever way you go with it, it's still a very sort of complicated count. In this particular case here, we're looking at wave 3 here, an A and a B and a C for wave 4, up for the A wave, a B wave in 3 waves here, and then a C wave in 5 waves to the upside here. And on the 15-minute chart here, where same as yesterday, we were looking for a move up here in 5 waves, and we're looking at this being wave 1, an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 2. Then there is 5 waves here, so I can label this wave 1 and 3 waves in back for wave 2 here. So essentially wave 1 and 2 the upside. I mean, this is corrective across here, so the likelihood of pushing up above here is quite strong now. So, and that's kind of what we're looking for, because being above the closest largest number is I don't know, it gives you a certain amount of comfort when you're trading long, and the Dow Jones is much the same as well. Let's get me onto the chart here. So, but I've labeled this one differently as well here in terms of a slightly different pattern, and this is still wave A and an A and a B and a C for wave B, and then I can count 5 waves down in terms of 1 and 2 and 3, then an A and a B and a C here for wave 4, and then 5 waves down for wave C or 4. So it's a completely different count, but at the end of the day it still matches up with having wave 1 up through to here, and wave 2 and slowly building to the upside. And these markets, these US markets, are slightly ahead of the European markets as such. The European markets are still finishing just their lows down through to here, so I'm figuring that they will catch up. The Nasdaq is slightly different, and I see the Nasdaq as we've already got this wave 4 here completed, and I had this move up through here which I could label 5 of 5 here, but thing is that well, a couple of points really. First of all, this move in here appears to be a bullish corrective pattern, so that means that we should see these highs being taken out, and that would suit the market being pulled like a magnet up to this particular number here as well. Yeah, it's even if this was a penny stock at 50 cents or $5 stock or something, it's very unusual once a market sits well between 5,000 and 4,000. 4,500 is the halfway mark. So to see a market have a bullish correction across here and then develop support here, it's all sort of lights heading in this direction here. So once again, on the 2-hour chart, we're looking for a positive scenario to the upside here, and we do have a reasonably nice looking 5 waves here for wave 1, and the wave 2 here could be a little bit sort of complicated in terms, but I think that we're on the right track. So we've got blue wave 2, then this wave 1 and 2 here. So we are building and we're on a nice support. So taking out new highs here would certainly be a trigger for long trades coming into play. And on the 15-minute chart here, I was looking at it like this here, so a little bit like the SP500 count here. So we've got a 5-wave structure up here and a 3-wave structure down here. But I'm not too sure about that too, because on the Dow Jones we've got this move down, coming down below this one here. So it may be that we've got an A wave and a B wave and a C wave coming down here, but no matter, we can still pop this here because this appears to be impulsive here as well. So I'm not quite sure how to resolve this one just yet, but I don't think it matters that much either just yet either. The main point is that to be long and keeping the stop be below the 61.8% and even below the 76, so bring it down into 72%, 73% lower from the extension of where this high comes into place. All right, cheers.